All right. So once again, good evening, guys. I warmly welcome you to our live session this evening. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And it's a new week on our hands, so I think we'd like to see what the week has for us. But before us are some new persons. So I'd like to first up have a conversation with some of us. So I think we have Muzi or Moses. Am I correct? Can you hear me?
It's Muzi, M-U-Z-Y, Muzi.
Oh yeah, Muzi. Okay, that's good. Good evening, Muzi. How are you?
I'm good, how are you as well?
I'm fine. I'm okay. Is this your first time joining us?
No, I've been here for a while.
Oh, like so. This is not your first time joining our live sessions.
No, it's not the first time.
Okay. Just trying to make sure because I was mixing up the name. But yes, welcome. It's good to have you around. How's trading been the past month?
It's been good. I've been seeing your signals and I've been trading on them.
So you have some of my trades.
Yeah. Actually, I've been following Momo for like 3 years now.
Oh, interesting. So I think I've had this conversation with you before, correct?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's interesting to know. So, how many positions do you have? How many trades do you have open at the moment?
About 4 or 5 now.
4 5. Okay. Yeah, seems you are following. That's true. At the moment, personally, I think 9 open positions at the moment, or 10 thereabout. But yeah, it's good to see you. So, which of the trades do you have running? Are you pound card with me?
I'm currently on USD CHF.
Okay, USH, right. So, any other trades?
GBP NZD.
Okay, GPNZ, okay, cool. What else?
GBP card as well.
GP card, yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, I think you have quite some great trades. So I think it's just about patience, right? We'll see where these
Yeah.
trades take us. I would also speak about these trades in a moment. So when we look at the charts, I'll speak about them. But yes, it's good to have you around. Okay. So I think we also have. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but we have 0.31XX. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm fine. Sorry. What's your name?
My name is Saddam.
What's your name?
My name is Saddam.
Sorry, I can't really hear you.
My name is Saddam. Saddam.
Your name is Saddam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good evening, Saddam.
Good evening.
Is this your first time joining our sessions?
Yeah, this is first time.
Interesting. So we're happy to have you. Welcome. So how long have you been in the channel? How long has it been?
The channel. I just got into the channel this week.
Oh, so you're quite new.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, interesting. Welcome. So I'm interested to hear just how long you've been trading.
Let's say 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's it been so far? What's your experience?
It's been like ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Yeah. So sometimes good, sometimes bad. Yeah. So I'm just trying to level up.
Okay, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need to change that. Get some consistency in. Interesting. So, so are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? What are you on?
Yeah, swing trader.
You're a swing trader.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Do you by any chance join? Did you join with like a laptop or anything like that?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, but do you have a laptop?
I have an iPad.
I didn't hear you, sir.
I have an iPad.
Sorry, I'm not really hearing you. I don't know if it's just me.
I have an iPad. I have an iPad.
An iPad. Okay, cool. Now the reason I'm asking is because now every member of the community is obligated and allowed to share his or her screen, right? So we can see your trades, how you trade, your analysis, your journals, things like that. So this helps you improve, right? Because I can understand how you trade when I look at your charts to a great extent. So that's what we're asking. So that you have the opportunity and you can share your screen whenever you want and anytime you want.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can kind of like change the stuff to video code, and I can video the screen, right?
Yeah, I think there's an option to share your screen. I think we'll talk about that in a moment. But there's an option to actually share your screen, like directly from your phone or your iPad, if you wish to. Yeah, if you wish to do that. So I think that's what we do. So whenever you want to share a screen, please just let me know, and I'll plug you in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, welcome, and we're very happy to have you, Sabah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then there's just one more person we'd like to speak with before we get started. So I think that CBN. So can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm fine. Very well. Sorry, please, what's your name?
Come again?
Your name.
Oh, the name is Charles.
Sorry, what?
Charles.
Charles. Okay. Good evening, Charles. My name is Casey. It's a pleasure to have you around this evening.
Okay. Also this happened. It's a pleasure to be part of this. It's my first time.
Okay. So are you also new here? Is this like the first time doing our sessions?
Yes, I'm new. I just got I just saw your group on Twitter last week. I was gonna join. I think on Thursday.
Okay, you're quite new. All right, that's interesting. So, how about you? How long have you been trading?
I think I can say a year and a half now.
Oh, a year now.
Yes.
Interesting. And how's your experience? Like, what's your take?
I would say 50-50, and yeah, I was just trying to minimize the losses and all of that, and learning from anyone who's putting out good stuff like you doing out there. Just just trying to learn each and every day.
Okay, so you're basically on the same boat with Saddam. So 50-50, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Yes, so welcome. I think we'd like to change that. So for those of you who are quite new, I think it's important to be very consistent with the live sessions. Like, very important that we stay up and show up regularly because, like we said, it is a huge part of the education we provide. So again, sorry, Charles. Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? What are you on?
I can say a day on. I'm a day on.
Sorry, you said?
Day trader.
Oh, you're a swing trader. Oh, cool. All right. Okay, if that's the case, I think we do have some swing traders in our midst, and that's quite interesting. So, like we said, the live sessions are very, very important. They a huge part of the education that we provide. So showing up regularly can greatly improve your skills as a trader. So if you have any questions, anything you'd like to share your screen, just anything regarding trading that you want to speak about, then whenever you come on to the live sessions, you're very free to ask your questions. So again, you see that we're trying to get to know the new ones because we have some persons here who are very regular. So whenever somebody comes in new, we're just trying to make sure that we have a conversation with the person, just to know where you're at in your journey, how you trade. So this helps us to kind of like tailor our conversations to help such ones. So it's always good for us to get to know those who are quite new on our sessions, and this is why we do this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into the business of the day. So let's share my screen now, and let's see what we have. All right. Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Sure, we can see you.
All right. That's good. All right. So here, let's get into. Okay, so of course I would have a rundown of currency pairs. There's not okay. There is an update, quite frankly. So here we have AUD JPY. Now, price action is starting to look interesting, and I think I dropped this earlier today because price action is truly starting to look interesting. Now, we have been on a short-term downtrend on the daily time frame, and price came towards this key level of support and has found support for quite some time. In fact, throughout this month of March, price has failed to break below these levels. If we come down to the weekly time frame, we're going to see evidence of this being a weekly level of support. Now, not only is price maintaining this level of support, it looks like we're starting to change trends. Now, it's very early on, so we're not trying to say too much, but it does look like we're trying to form a double bottom and then a higher low. Now, you might either look at this as an inverted and shoulder pattern, like left shoulder, head, right shoulder, or you might want to look at this as a double bottom, all right? Any of these patterns indicate a reversal. So right now, we're still very on, like I said, but we might be looking at a bullish reversal on AUD/JPY. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to buy just yet. I'll need price to still come above my key level to be interested in buying. But this is currently what we're looking at so far. Now, is it possible for AUD/JPY to continue to the downside? It is. Now, the fundamentals don't really support that much, but it is possible. But for me to look out for sales, I'm not selling, but for the downtrend to continue, then I think price has to then break this key level of support. So until that happens, sell side considerations may not really be on the cards. So I think that's something for us to take note of on AJ. I think most of the JPY things are like the same thing. CAT JPY is also switching back. So we came down here from support, and now we're going back to test the key level. Now, I took a loss on CAT JPY. I think most of you know that already. But of course, I'm looking to get back in, right? So if we break back above the key level, we pull back or retest, I would love to buy CAT JPY. I'm still very interested in this guy. CHF JPY is pushing back into profit. EJ. Last week we tested the highs, the key level, and we rejected. Now, of course, it's a key level, so we expect that the level will act as resistance, or at least stop price for a moment. Now, the fact that this level is a resistance level does not necessarily mean that price has to drop all the way. All right, it's going to act as resistance as it should, but it is likely that the bullish momentum will continue and then break above this key level, and that's what I'm waiting for. So if the euro continues to gain strength over against Japanese yen, then I expect a breakout of 163. Now, if we do breakout, that's when I'll become interested, because as the arrows depict, I would like to see a breakout, a retest, and then I would love to look out for the bars. So we see that this week is such an interesting week, right? We the way the candles close, the way the month closes, will kind of determine what could happen for these currency pairs in April. So moving on, we have pound GPY. Also very interesting. Starting to pull up some weights. I think we're up about 1.4% as we speak. 1.4%, which is not so bad. Overall take profit is at the highs here for 4.55. So I think we still have some room to continue. NZDJPY. Let's see. Okay, so we have a break and retest on NG at the moment. If we look at the weekly, hold up. Okay. Right. So this monthly candle, the way this candle closes this month, will be very important, right? Because if we close above the key level, then that's an interesting price action. In fact, that would mean that on the 3-month time frame, we close above the level, right? As we're seeing here, this the way this candle closes is going to be very important. Now, I'm not necessarily interested in sales. I'm not trying to sell any of the yen pairs just yet. But of course, we do know that it is possible for these pairs to continue to the downside. We can't rule out that possibility. But personally, I'm not trying to short, right? What I would wait for is for the trend to switch into play, to come back into play. So say we do this, right? Something of this nature. That's what I'm expecting. Now, mainly because the overall trend is still to the upside, right? NJ, if all the JPYs are still trending to the upside. So I think that this downtrend is only very short term and on the lower time frames, and that sooner or later the uptrend would resume as it should. So for that reason, and then I'm trying to catch big moves, right? So I'm not trying to change my bias to just catch short term moves. This is not wrong. So I don't have to point that out. It is not wrong, but I'm personally trying to just catch big moves. So I would wait for NJ to break above, pull back. I won't get long here, but this is kind of like what I'm expecting on NZDJPY. And then on UJ. So we're breaking above 150. Now this is interesting. I think we spoke about UJ a couple of times. So George, if you're here. Okay, yeah, you're here. Abdul, you're here as well. Carlos, you're here. So we spoke about UJ, and I think George asked the question in our previous sessions, should I sell USJPY? At the time when the question was raised, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, last week, I said that according to my own system or something, like I was having something else, while others were preparing on going long on UJ. Actually, I took short, so I've been short for the past 2 weeks now. But unfortunately, I hit my SL in both UJ and the CAD JPY. So I hit my SL this evening also.
Yes,
So
that is.
I think the reason is that maybe Japanese yen has not been maintaining its strength again. The strength that has been holding off on maybe since February, I think. So I think Japanese strength it couldn't maintain its strength anymore. So I think that's the reason.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. The Japanese yen is losing strength, and seriously, right? You see, first off, remember that this move to the downside, for the most part, was because of the fact that the Bank of Japan raised the interest rate, right? It happened in January, and so we saw the Japanese yen gain too much strength. But now that strength is starting to cool off because the economy itself is not really getting any better, right? As the months come forward, we'll look at how to dissect the fundamentals and see these things for ourselves. But the economy itself is not looking so good, right? So raising rates in some cases is not just enough, okay? And coupled with the fact that this currency, the Japanese yen, is not stronger than the US dollar, not really, right? The US economy is still better, hotter, and stronger. Same thing with euro. Same thing with the pound. Only like AUD and NZD are like kind of struggling. They are lagging, but to some extent they're still better than the Japanese yen, the Japan currency. In all honesty, so I still think that the overall uptrend would resume. That's why I consider this a pullback, right? In the overall move, and that's why, like I said, it wasn't wrong to go short, but I didn't see shorts coming into play because think about it. Like I said, for you to sell a currency pair, you're basically betting on the strength of one currency against the other. That's it. So by selling USDJPY, you are in effect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Actually, you know that I've been short on USDJPY since January or so. So I actually had to take my profit here, my first take profit here. So and I had my key level below this what's it called? I don't know. Your screen is not showing. Yeah, okay. I actually had my key level and I waited for maybe for the price action to break through the key level and tested back. So I had to enter another short again, because I didn't want to take my profit since January also, but because I was thinking of a reversal here that maybe I shouldn't miss out on something like that. So that's why I'm still waiting for I waited for a pullback and I entered short again. But I entered short. I think that was beginning of March. But because of the reversal, so it hit my SL this evening.
Yes, I understand. And we're saying the same thing, right? What I'm saying is when you take a position, right, when you buy or sell a currency pair, you are betting on the strength of one currency against the other, or betting on the weakness of a currency against the other, right? So even though the technicals at the time might show you a break and retest, right? But to sell USDJPY at 149 and to take profit at 141, you're trying to say, in effect, that the US dollar, will lose its strength and come back to 141, right? So can this happen? It can, but what on the fundamentals, there's not much to support that, right? So just selling off a technical basis, especially in this case, was not really the best idea. Now, I was not going to tell you what to do. Okay, I would not. You see, that's the thing with having different systems, right? I would not ask you to sell or buy and make the decision for you. Okay, that's the reason why we have journals. That's the reason why you need to take the trade yourself and see the outcome of the trade, and then it is the outcome that will help you determine if you should adjust your system or not, right? So that is why when you sold, George asked the question. I think, George, are you here?
Yes, please. I'm here. I'm like, yes, please. I asked a question about should I sell because I'm seeing like making retest there. Yes.
Exactly. So just like I'm saying, right? George asked the question: should we go short on USDJPY? And I'm like, yes, it's a possibility that it can drop, but I don't see it happening, right? What I see is price breaking above and retesting it and continue to the upside because that's the overall trend. Now, the first test did not work out, which is normal. So if you bought here, you'd have been stopped out. But then it might give you an opportunity to buy again. But then the sales is like a long shot. That's what I said, right? It's so much of a long shot. And we used the example on silver to help us see why sometimes the overall trend is just way better to be on the side of the overall trend. Because in that way, your losses are less and you're able to like win more trades and hold more trades, right? So moving on to what we now see is a breakout, right? So it looks like we're having the breakout, that's like we spoke about, and the uptrend might just be in play, right? So if you were thinking of USDJPY for longs, maybe a pullback would then be interesting for you, right? So that's what I was looking at, not really for sales, because I didn't really see the US dollar losing so much trend, especially against the Japanese yen. I didn't see the fundamentals to support that, and that's why I wasn't really sure of this drop to the downside. But yeah, I think that then explains the point. And I think moving on, we have a 80 card. So I'm short on this guy. I think it should come up anytime soon. Let's see. All right. So yeah, short on this guy. I took shots in November of 2024, so it's been some months, and has pulled back. But I like to think that this is a pullback, right? For us to have the downside fluctuations. I'm too short. I have my short trades open, and I'd like to see what happens. Now, if you were looking at selling here, the market must have stopped you out, but that is not like the end of the world, because this might be another opportunity to go back in. So if it breaks below this point, pulls back for a retest, then maybe this level might hold this time. Who knows? Let's see if that happens. Eurocard, there's not much to discuss, but I think in our last session someone was buying Eurocard. I can't remember who. Carlos, right? Yeah, Carlos, that was you. So I'm guessing that trade stopped out.
Yeah, of course. I'm looking at the.
Sorry, I didn't really hear you.
I said I'm even looking at the chart currently. I'm looking at the chart currently. It's stopping out. I think this afternoon.
Yes, I think. Yeah, it did, because I think we have bearish momentum at the moment. Now, if we look at the monthly candle, so this is again evidence, right? That is why I didn't want to engage. I didn't want to engage with Eurocard, because we've not seen evidence of that breakout, and we need a breakout, right? It was very important, and that's why I didn't go long. So Eurocard may not be ready to trend just yet. I mean, think about it. We've had like a solid move since November, right? We've pushed like say 1,000 pips, right, since November. So Eurocard has moved. So it is only natural that this guy, moves sideways or consolidates, or at least rejects this level for a moment. I think that's what might happen. So that's why I'm not long at the moment. I am long on pound card though, and I've been buying since like February. It's a profit so far, and I think we might get a little pullback, a consolidation, whatever the case is. I'm not really worried. We bought so low, so we don't really care at the moment. But then I'm holding, and I'd like to take profits at the next key level. So yes, patience. We'll see what happens with these trades. NZ card as well. So sold here in October. We pushed into profit, pulled back, and now we might be ready to continue to downside. So let's see. We'll see how that happens. USD card, we're up here. This is where I like to buy. As you see, we are at 1.40. That's the area I would love to buy from. Now we've not pulled back to this region, and we may not pull back. But if we do pull back, then of course, who doesn't want a discount on USD card? So I would like to buy USD card. I'm interested. I do think that this trend is going to continue. In fact, let's look at the money time frame for a bit. So yes, we ranged for such a long time, right? We moved sideways since like 2022 up until the end of 2024. That's like about 2 years. So we kind of had a breakout, and I do think that we'll continue to the upside. That's why I'm trying to get like a very decent entry on USD card. But now we're moving sideways, and I don't want to buy too high. Okay, that's why I'm not buying here. I'd like to get my entries right there at the key level. So if we pull back, we find support, then of course I would love to go long. So that's about it for USD card. Euro AUD, we broke out after the pullback. See if that happens. Euro NZD, we already hit take profit, so I'm not so worried. Pound AUD, I think we're starting to break out. Yes, which is interesting. So I'd like to see how this month's candle close. It'll be interesting to see how this month's candle close. So we are breaking out, which would mean that we might see a retest in April, and that would be very interesting for us. So let's see how that works out. And then pound NZD. So yeah, we broke out.
Casey.
Yep.
Yep. Pounds AUD. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
A signal was sent for long on pounds, GBP and GBP NZD.
Yep. Yeah, this is pound NZD. Yeah, I'm long.
Yeah, but I want to understand the concept why you decided to go long on GBP NZD.
Interesting. So why did I decide to buy pound NZD? Now I'm going to speak from a technical perspective because for the most part that's what we're teaching so far. So them pound NZD presented. So I'm going to walk you through some of my principles or rules, and that's why I bought pound NZD. So first off, look at the trend. So where would you say the trend is headed?
It's an uptrend.
Good. Trend, we're moving to the upside. So in such cases, what would you ordinarily want to do?
I'm looking at longs.
Good. Longs, want to buy. Exactly. And now this is the same thing I've been trying to do, right? So I've been long on pound NZD. You can see key level to key level. I've been just trying to buy pound NZD. That's what I've been interested in. So, but then why now? Why did I choose to buy now? So one of my principles is that I like to buy at key levels, buy and sell at key levels. All of my trading decisions, for the sake of this system, happens at key levels. Okay, I only try to engage at key levels. So when I'm buying, I like to buy when price is testing a key level of support. Okay, because in an uptrend, the best prices to buy at are support levels. But I try to look at higher time frame support levels, and for the most part, I try to look at key levels because they play a vital role in price movement. So that's where I like to buy from. Now, in case of pound NZD, we hit the key level in December, right? And we hit the key level, we stalled for a moment, and then we broke out, right? So we broke out in February, as you can see on the money time frame. So, which brings me to the next principle. I like to see a monthly candle close above the key level I'm trying to buy or sell at. So, for example, if I'm trying to buy, I want to see a monthly candle close above the key level. So, what that means is I don't engage in that trade until I have seen a monthly candle close above the key level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So when I see that, that's when I then scale down to the lower time frames, for example, the daily time frame, and then look for an opportunity to buy. What that means is, if, for example, the candle breaks out in February, I'm looking to take my retest in March or April or May, whenever I get a retest. But the breakout needs to happen first. Okay? It's a principle I follow. The breakout needs to happen first. So we saw that on pound NZD last month. Okay? We broke out, and as you see, we pulled back for a retest. Okay, and when you pull back for a retest, that's when I became interested. And when price pulls back, now I take my entries on the daily time frame. Okay, not the 4-hour time frame, just the daily. And when price pulled back, we saw a clear bounce. Okay, so when you get a retest, I want to see price respect the level of support. Price, I want to see evidence that price is seeing this level as a level of support. Now, in most cases, we get a rejection, then we get a strong bullish candle, which we had in this case, right? So this is what we had, and here I went long. So when I take my entries for buys, I then have to keep my stop losses well below the key levels. The reason is that because it's a key level, we have manipulations happening around the level. So price can come here, weak you out, price can just do a lot at the key level. So if your stop is too close, you might get stopped out a couple more times before the move happens. So to avoid that, I try to keep my stop wide. Okay, yeah, my stops are pretty wide. So for example, I think this is about 372 pips. It's quite wide. That's even like some take profit for some people, right? But I don't really mind. So to avoid getting stopped out frequently, I use bigger stops on my entries. And yeah, that's about it. Now, The rest is for the market, right? I no longer have control as to what happens from here. So that's about it. So did you get the explanation? Is that clear?
Casey.
Yep,
Casey.
I can hear you.
If you are long on pounds NZD, what about pounds AUD?
Okay, pound AUD. All right, let's see.
Because you know they work the same.
Yeah, they work alike, very alike. Let's see now. This is pound AUD. Now, with the explanation I've given you, can you figure out why I've not bought pound AUD yet? When you look at the monthly time frame, can you tell why?
I can't see your screen.
You can't. Well, you guys
can
can't see
see
my
now.
screen.
I can see
We
now.
can see your screen, but for the past 2 sessions now, I don't know. Your screen has been going on and off. So it happened
On and
since our
off,
last
on and
session.
off. Yeah.
Yes, your screen has been going on and off frequently. So I wanted to call attention to it during our last session, but I totally forgot.
Oh, really? Okay, that's new. I never knew that. So when you say on and off, like, wait, hold up. Okay, that's
When
weird.
it goes blank and it comes up again. So to me personally, I'm thinking maybe because you're recording, that's why it's like that's what.
Yeah. Because it will just go blank, totally blank, and for a few seconds, and it will go on back again. So,
Okay,
like,
okay, wait. Can you guys see my screen now?
it's actually causing us to miss some few details.
Oh shit! I had no idea. Sorry, Muzi, hold on. But can you guys see my screen now? Like, is it clear now?
Yeah, we can see it now.
How about now?
Yeah,
we can see it now.
Like,
Now we
it
can't.
just go. Now we can't. So it hasn't gone blank.
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why. Okay, but
Now we
then
can see.
I
Now we can see it.
I recorded the last session on Thursday. So did we experience the same thing on Thursday?
We did. We had the same thing.
Okay, so
Well, Casey, you can go on. Like you just.
I mean, I can, but this is a problem because the sessions are recorded, so I'm trying to figure out why this might be happening. But yeah, I think I'll come back to that in a minute. But yes, Muzi, can you now tell why I haven't bought pound AUD yet? When you look at the money time frame, can you tell why?
If I had to buy this trade, I would have bought since.
Okay, but can you tell why I've not bought yet?
You check the. No. Can you tell me why?
Okay, so like I said, one of the principles that I follow is that I need to see the money candle break and close above the key level. Right? That's the first criteria, like one of the first criteria that will determine if I'll buy or sell. So right now on pound AUD, what do you see?
On the monthly time frame, Abby. On the monthly time frame.
Yep.
Are you waiting for it to close?
Yeah, that's the question. What do you see?
I know it's an uptrend. That's what I can see.
Okay, cool. Now, what do you think about this candle? This current monthly candle. Has it broken the key level yet? Is it breaking?
Screen is blank now. Okay. It has broken. It has broken a key level.
Okay, but has it closed yet?
No, it has not.
Exactly. So that's why I've not bought, right? So I need the
But
Monday candle to
can you please mark up your key level?
it's leveling with the black line. That's the key level. This guy.
Okay. Yeah, like that.
So it's
But why is
breaking,
that?
right?
But I wanted to ask, why is that your key level? Why is
Hmm.
that a key level?
Okay. It is a key level because and there's a whole lot of explanation, right? But let's see. Now it's a level that goes as far back as how far is that? It's a level that goes as far back as 1979. So this level has acted as support and as resistance between 1979 and 2025. That's some decades, and that's why it's a key level.
Okay.
So going back to the rules, it's breaking, but it hasn't closed. So I need it to close first, right? I need to break and close above, and then the next month or whenever it comes back for a retest, then I can look out for a buy. So pound AUD is in progress, right? It's breaking, but I need it to close before I look out for it. I'm interested in buying, right? But I need it to meet my criteria before I can buy. Is that making sense?
Yeah, that's making sense. But Casey, I want you to scale down to the our 4 time frame
4 hour time frame.
and check what you can see there.
Yeah, this is 4 hour time frame.
On the GBP AUD, what I can see there is at the moment there's a resistance.
A resistance.
A resistance around 2.05 2.06
You mean here?
2.06. Your screen has gone blank again. Yeah, there. Yes.
Okay, now this
I can
this
see a
screen thing is
resistance there.
this screen thing is a big problem, right? I didn't know that. I think I'll have to watch the recording and see what happened. But yes, is this the level you're speaking of?
Yes, that's the level I'm speaking of.
Okay. So what do you think? It's a resistance, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's a resistance.
Okay, yeah, you are correct. It is a resistance. But it's a 4 hour resistance. Now,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, like when you're looking at levels, okay, the higher the time frame, the more important the level. What that means is this 4 hour resistance has no place or cannot stop price if it wants to bounce from this 12-month resistance. Sorry, 12-month support, as we will now call it. So even though it's a 4 hour resistance, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, I think it depends on how you trade, but if you consider where I'm buying from a 12-month level of support. So I don't really have to
Yeah.
worry about the 4 hour resistance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
You get. So I again it depends on how you build your technical system, right? Because this is a resistance and depends on where you want to enter, how you're planning to trade, all of this is coming to play. But personally, I won't even come down to 4 hour time frame to worry about this guy, right? Because I would be very interested in buying on the pullback on daily time frame. Now, it's a resistance, yes, but then when you look at like the grand scheme of things, we're still in an uptrend. So I think I would only become worried if we don't break above, right? If we close back to the level, then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll stay up. But as long as we're above the level, then it's a 12-month level after all. You don't have to worry about that 4 hours.
Yeah, I Casey, sorry, I have a question.
All right, yeah, you should go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I was not able to join your, like when you sent the signal for GBP JPY. So I tried to scale in because I understood the world trend. So there is this level that I'm buying from. Unfortunately, I cannot share my screen from my phone, but if you can like I'm buying from a daily level from 192. So I just wanted to check and let me know what you think about that level, if it's strong enough. So like 192, something around that. Yes, yeah. So I started buying after the Friday candle closed, and I'm currently inside this strong bullish this thing. So my target remains where you are targeting. So what do you think about that level?
Wow, this is going to be like, yeah, it's a fire trade. Like it's good. Now the only thing is, you just have to hope that price does not fall below, right? Before continuing, right? If it just continues from here, you're good to go. Because this is a solid level actually, right? It is.
Yeah,
Um, the difference is we cannot rule out the fact that price can still try to do this, right? Just
yeah,
dip
sure.
below or still consolidate, right? But if we
Yeah,
get the move here, then this is fire. Like if you look at this from like a 4 hour perspective, this is gone. Like this guy is gone. In all
yeah,
honesty,
yeah,
look at this.
yeah,
We have dropped to the downside. We have formed the base, and now we're switching back into an uptrend. So this is a 4 hour break and retest. This is fine. This is okay. We just have to hope that we have the trend from here. Like we
yeah,
zoom up
yeah,
from here.
yeah.
Because if we pull back, then we might take a loss trying to like cash it.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
difference.
Yeah, because my stop loss is just right below that swing.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
you're buying up the strength like of this move. So that's the
yeah,
thing with taking trades in lower time frames. It's just the timing. If the timing is good, then you have no problem, right? It's just
yeah,
all fine. But the thing is, we can't always get the timing right. That's what causes some of our losses. But this is good. The
yeah,
trend is to the upside. Everything is fine. It's just, are we going to get the move from here? That's the big question. I think
yeah,
we
yeah.
will.
So
I think we will.
yeah, I
So
think so. So I did similar thing on AUD card. If you can go to that chart, somewhere around 0.9060. So I have a level there, a daily or weekly level. If so,
okay, yours
yeah,
is just
on the
somewhere around there.
weekly, yeah, I think it's somehow clearer on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so I bought around 0.899. Yeah, let me just see where the price is currently at. So based on that strong bearish Friday candle, so my stop loss is just above that Friday candle.
Sorry, did you buy or did you sell?
No, sorry, I sold. Sorry. Yeah, my
Oh,
stop loss
okay,
is just above that.
okay. I was wondering. Your
Yeah,
stop loss for this Friday's candle.
yeah. So I expect that if at all price go above that point of stop loss, then probably we'll go back and retest the monthly time frame of the 12-month time, the 12 month level. And
Maybe not. Maybe
okay,
not. Right? Maybe not. I think, in all honesty, I think this is what we might get. Right? I think we might have some sort of because look at what's happening with price action. Right?
yeah,
We're trying to switch up to a downtrend. So the market may not really come back to test this high. Right? We might just look to form some sort of lower high around any of these regions.
yeah,
So if you have your stop loss just above the candle, then you could be right about the trend, but you might be open to some losses, right? So we might have a
okay,
test of this. It's possible. It is very possible. So I think you just have to watch your risk and be prepared to still sell again if you like have a rejection here. I think that's about it.
yeah. So that's why my stop loss is just above the Friday candle. So maybe that's high enough, or should I move it to like 0.91, 0.92? Should I move it to like 0.92?
0.92 is this level.
Yeah, that's where I have yes, I have that level also. But I don't
Okay, I
think
mean,
price.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I personally I feel like price would not go back to that level. Worst case scenario. Yeah, anything that
Yeah,
makes price go back there, then there's a lot of bullshit going on in the market. But based on this last Friday candle, it looks so strong to me, and I'm just hoping that that candle works out.
now, yes, I share your sentiments. Now, the only difference is I would want to keep my stops at least around above this level or above the highs, right? Now,
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing. If you sell here, it's a minor pair, right? So it can still consolidate. So you might just take a loss in the process. Now, personally, one thing I personally don't like is to take a loss when I'm correct on my idea, right?
Yeah.
So I like a situation where the loss has to be something I have to take. So I would do everything not to avoid taking an unnecessary loss. So in this case,
Okay.
I would at least want to keep my stop above the highs, right? So at
Yes,
least
that
give the trade room to
yeah,
breathe.
that's exactly this place is the exact place I have my stop loss.
Okay, then that's fine because you said that you have your stops above the Friday's candle, and this is what I understood by that statement. I thought it was like somewhere around here.
No, that's
Okay,
strong. Oh, sorry, it should be the weekly candle. Sorry, I'm referring to the
okay,
weekly candle, not the daily.
okay. Then
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
fine. That's
Yeah, so
fine.
my stop loss is around 0.9145, something like
Okay,
that.
that's
But
fine. That's fine.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
now. If
So
you
then,
get stopped out, then most likely, of course, now I get the point. Most likely, we're going to test
yeah,
here. If you get stopped
exactly,
out,
exactly.
but if the trend is going to continue, then we might hold. We may not really break. We don't know. We'll see. Right? But this is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, this is
So
cool.
yeah, one other question I want to ask: do you scale in based on this type of entries, like going like scaling in based on maybe daily entry or 4 hour entry, or once you place your trade,
Not
you just
yet.
hold it? Okay.
I don't scaling yet. I don't scaling yet. Now I tried that in the past and I was not so successful. It kind of affected my win rate, so I'm still trying to get a way around it. I'm trying to make it like an independent system on its own. It hasn't worked well so far. I'm still testing, right? So I'm coming up with that. I'm looking for ways to also scale in. Now I have other systems where I can sell at these regions, right? But for the sake of this system, I can't. So, but I'm trying to work out a way I can get into scaling because I noticed that there are some opportunities where I can do that. So I'm just trying to test the win rate, the decision, everything I have to test before I bring it live. So that's why for now I don't. Okay, but it's in the works, and I think in the next couple of months I might be adding that to the system. So I think that explains your. That answers the question, right?
Hello.
Yeah,
See,
thank
hello.
you.
Okay, Carlos, go ahead.
Okay. I just need to chip in something from what I think Yusuf the comment he made while he was talking. He was like to him, but I actually love the statement he used. He said to him personally that he doesn't think that there is anything that can make a market to break above that level, and whatever causes it, then that means there must have been a whole lot of bullshit that have been happening in the market. Just as you do say that this market these guys, they don't give a fuck about how we feel. Yes, that's just it. Because right
Exactly.
now I don't. Yeah. Right now, I don't think that I would actually have that mentality of that this is a must do or it must happen something in the market. Because of I was actually a victim of the loss on EU. So that loss wasn't just a loss that everybody in the community here took. I think I can say that 95% of traders actually took that loss from EU because
Yeah.
I was actually on X. I think that loss was sometime around February thereabouts. So I do go I scroll on X and I a whole lot of pro traders, like both pros, both every other person, a whole lot of sales. You see people's charts, everyone was just diving into the market, taking sales from that, I think 182, something like that. So, me also being a participant of the market, taking the sales, like it gave me more courage. Like if it was like 100 before, I was like 110% that definitely this trade will play out. But at the end of the day, what just happened, it's something that it just can't get over my head. Like till today, like I can't even believe what I saw for real. Because everything was just in line with the fact that a whole lot of persons were taking the sales or on EU, and it actually stopped out. So I think that particular setup now have to change my mentality and my mindset on, like, there is nothing that would make this to happen. You just have to watch it, and whatever the market gives you, you take it. That's just it, and you don't have to kill yourself on anything. So it's because of what he said, that him personally, that he doesn't think that he doesn't think that so that I just
Yeah,
speak on that. That's it. Thank you.
I understand where you're coming from. I get it. And now, guys, this is the trade he's referring to, right? This is the EU. We're coming to this in a moment, but this is the trade he was referring to. So I understand where you're coming from. But when Yusuf is making that statement, I like to think that it's just really more from a place of confidence, not really like because it's a do or die affair. Now, personally, I also like to think that the market should continue from here, right? But it doesn't mean I'm not prepared for the market coming back to this point, all right? So unless you have a different notion.
Yeah. Yes, can I just add to that? Sorry, Casey.
Yep.
Yeah, so just like you said, normally, if in markets that is working how it should work, like create market structure, higher highs, higher lows, and something like that. So that's what I mean by, if the market will work in the right way. If it does not work that way, then just maybe the market is not ready. Now, when I want to place my trade, I write pros and cons. I write things that I feel like could go wrong in the trade, and it's already in my journal. Like under the cons for this particular trade is that I'm taking it at a daily level, which is not strong. So that means already I am prepared for any loss that comes in. So
Yeah.
aside the fact that I called the market that there is a possible bullshit going on, it does not mean that I'm not prepared for the worst
Exactly.
anyway. So maybe,
That's the worst.
so it's just like, yes, the market is just doing its things, and I can wait for the next opportunity. But I have it in mind that yes, something can still go wrong, and that's why I have the stop loss there, of course. Yeah, thanks,
Of course.
Carlos. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So yeah, but I think Carlos had a fine point. Yusuf, like I said, I share Yusuf's sentiment. But Carlos does have a fine point because you don't want to feel like the market has to play out, or you don't want to be so confident in a trade idea to feel like you may not stop out. It will stop out. It will stop you to stop out. Okay. So if you're not careful, Carlos, go ahead.
Yeah, and in fact, on this trade, I'm just risking 1%. So if I'm so confident, I would have risked like 5% or 10% of my account. I'm just risking 1%.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
good. That's good. At least I'm glad that it's not that you're having that mentality of
No,
that
no,
this
no,
is
no,
what
no,
it
no,
does.
no.
Just the,
Yeah.
That-
Yes. Thank you.
I guess the EU really traumatized everyone here because the EU case.
Yeah, I think it was a trade that most persons got involved with. And now I'll speak about EU in a moment. But I think we've digressed a bit. Now I was trying to answer Moses' question. Okay, he's not here at the moment. Okay, so I think wait for him to come back. Okay, he's not here. Okay, so yeah, let's go on to the dollar pairs now. So ADUSD, the downside, and now EU. So this case was it was a really funny case, and it's an example of what I've always said, right? You cannot take away the risk. Okay, you have to burn it in your brain. You cannot take away the risk. no matter how beautiful, no matter how good the setup looks, it can stop you out. Okay, all it takes, I said it before, that all it takes is for someone somewhere to have a different opinion about what he or she feels about the market. Some institution, what it takes is for more buy orders to come into the exchange than sell orders. That's it. That's all it takes for EU to stop out. Remember that price moves on imbalance, right? So if you have more buy orders, then of course prices move up. If you have more sell orders, prices move down. So for prices to go against you, for a trade idea to go against you, all it takes is for just one extra order, okay, one extra buy order against the numerous sell orders, one extra order that surpasses the sell orders. That's all it takes for your trade to stop out. So you don't have to feel, okay. I'll give you guys an example. Now this is an example I read in a book. So it was an example of an analyst. Okay, so this guy is a soybean analyst. So soybean is like, of course, I think we know soybean is like a commodity, right? Let's see if I have it down here. Yeah, soybean. So this guy is a soybean analyst. So he is one of the best analysts in the trading floor where he works. And so on one particular occasion, he went for an interview, and I think the person he was supposed to speak to was like a retired floor trader. Like this guy was also a trader who traded soybean in the past, and he was retired. Like he's an older person, and he had experience. So they were having a conversation, and this analyst said that he had looked at the price of soybean, he had looked at the chart, and he didn't think that soybean was going to hold up. So he was looking at the price of soybean, for example. So let's say he did this, and you know, of course, as an analyst, you want to say so much, right? So yeah, this is support level. Price is here. Price can't go below this. This is a strong level. It's been tested for so long. It's been holding. I expect prices to go to this point in the next coming weeks. So something like that, right? That's what the analyst said. And the retired floor trader just looked at him. I was like, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yes, he's so sure." And then he was like, "Okay, fine." And then we put a call through to the exchange, and he said, "I want you guys to sell me 5,000 shares of soybean at this price." So he did that in front of the analyst, and when he did that, right before the analyst's eyes, right before his eyes, soybean dropped. It broke below the level he was looking at, and the floor trader just used that example to help him understand that all it takes is just one extra person with so much influence, someone who can control so many others, to go against you for your trade to stop out. That's all it takes. Okay, so we should never ever feel like when we analyze a trade that it would definitely play out. Okay, that's a wrong way to feel, because a trade can stop you out. So I think, like Abdullah and Carlos said, EU was a trade that everyone took. We all expected EU to drop, because I mean it was perfect, right? We were to the downside on daily, the weekly, the monthly, everything's to the downside. We broke out in December. We pulled back at the end of January. It was perfect, right? Look at the candlestick formation, right? A clear evening star pattern, a very strong. Everything was just good, right? And we sold. Now, mind you, when we sold, we pushed into profit. Like the first few weeks, were in profit, so everything was fine. And before we knew it, EU just spin around, tested the level a second time, and dropped. And we felt like, okay, now this is the time we're going to play out. And then the next day we're seeing strong bullish candles. In fact, if we look at the weekly time frame, this is the strongest weekly time frame candle we've had in the last 2 years. This is the strongest. So then you wonder, how can EU, a seemingly perfect setup, stop out? So if you, this is like Carlos said, it was like a reminder, right? It helped him to change his mentality. That if you think that a trade idea cannot stop out, then boy, you are so wrong. Okay, so I think that just explains the point that Carlos was making. Though here, I think that's about it. So for EU, it was a stop out, a brutal stop out, but yes, it was just a 1% loss, nothing too serious at the end of the day. and we've come up here to this resistance, and now we're rejecting. So for now, I don't really have much to say on EU. I like to see the trend come back into play, and that's when I'll become interested. So this is the most we have for Euro USD. Now pound USD, I think I posted this today. So same test of resistance. I like to see pound USD drop back into play. Now, of course, we have tariffs that are in play, and I think on the 2nd of April, these tariffs are actually supposed to take effect. So the effect of these tariffs will play a huge role in global economies. So I'd like to see how that happens. If it's good for the market, if it's bad, I'd like to see all of that come into play. So we'll see how April comes. April is going to be an interesting month for sure. So for pound USD, not much is happening. I like to see the downtrend come into play before I need to sell. So that's about it. Here and then enter the USD, same thing, right? More downside, right? There's more downside. The US dollar is much stronger than New Zealand dollar. It's very obvious, and I'm not interested in buying this guy. I mean, there's no way. There's small sales, right? There's small sales. ADCHF, we're still trending to the downside, but no entry opportunities for me. CAT CHF, we're in profits, but it looks like we're trying to test this level of resistance. We'll see how that plays out. Euro CHF, we're trending to the upside. Pound CHF, we're trending to the upside. And that is CHF. I'm still waiting for this retest. I don't know if we'll get it. If we do get it, then that's fine. But this is what I'm looking for. Pull back to this guy. We need to sell out the guy. And USD CHF. Now, I think most of us are so long on USD CHF. So we bought at the key level. We bought, I think, it's been some weeks. Now, we went to drawdown. I think some persons might be scared of USD CHF when it was in drawdown. But of course, we have come back and we're pretty much at break even at the moment. Now, all of my trades are in profit. I think this is the only trade in reds. This is the only trade in reds, just because it is slightly below break even. Every other trade is in profit. I'm just close to, let's say, 10 hour on my trades. And yes, so far so good. I think we're pushing really good for 2025. So I think, yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much all I have for currencies. So running trades, 9 running trades, so far so good. Just patience, right? Let's see what the trades offer us. That's about it. So please, any questions?
Yeah, Casey, good evening. Please, I was looking at NZD JPY. Can I say, is it inverse head and shoulders forming there? Yes.
It might be. It might be. Yes, it might be. We're trying to do this, right? It might be.
On a daily time frame.
Yes, on the day. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It just might be. Right? I can't rule that out. Just not sure. It just might be. So, yeah, that's more. Yeah, more questions, please.
So, can I say, when a daily candle close, is it a good time, or still we should wait for it to break directly level?
Yeah, I think we're better off waiting, right? Because still a level, right? Still a level. I don't think let's not take example, right? Let's allow it break. Yeah, let's allow
Okay,
it break.
all right, cool. All right. And what of UJ?
Yeah, UJ. I think it's just about the pullback, right? It's pullback, and yeah. So if you bought here and you got stopped out, then of course UJ would most likely give you an opportunity to get long again.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, thanks, bro.
So yeah. But I think it's interesting that Yeah. All right, follow question.
Yeah, but UJ, not just taking the buys immediately. I think um, me personally, I'm actually waiting for maybe kind of a pullback to that weekly level
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before getting involved.
Like a retest, a retest kind of. That's what we're
Like,
looking at, right?
it's like taking it just as it is. It's like that.
No,
That would like breakout. It would just be like taking breakout.
yes. So that's not. That's we're looking at a retest because it gives us a better entry. So
All right, no problem. Thank you.
yeah,
Um, can you go over to Eurocard?
you that's it.
Personally, I think my bias for Eurocard is beginning to change. Like, I'm now looking at shorts on Eurocard personally. That would be, um, I think maybe you should look at the weekly time frame, please. The monthly. Okay. This is actually why I'm saying that my bias is about to change for Eurocard. If you actually check like past time, these have been the same thing that like we've been waiting for, like kind of a break above the key level, then a retest, and then entry to go long. But you can see that price have actually tried doing that like for a couple of months now, which it have actually failed. So that's actually the reason why I'm saying that my bias for Eurocard is beginning to change. Because if you also look at that, is it that weekly time frame? You get to see that I think last week closed bearish. That was yeah, kind of bearish engulfing. So uh, not that the actually it's actually a reversal trade, quite all right. But I don't think it would actually be long term. No, I don't think that it would actually be long term. But personally, I'm just pointing out what I'm seeing currently on the chart from how my chart is looking. I'm looking at maybe taking shots on Eurocard. Not probably because I took long twice and I got stopped out, but actually getting to look at what have happened past time. Like, to me, it's now looking as if okay, that the key level it probably so strong. Yes, that price is always getting to reject at that key. Because what happened here, I can actually say personally that it's like maybe a breakout. So like currently I'm looking at maybe the next day candle coming to test that key level as resistance. Then if I should see entry indication, I'll actually short. And shorting, I know you might ask me, what if what happened on the UJ gets to happen here? Okay, if it gets to happen here, no problem. I still take the 1% loss, but I just want to, like, get to follow what I can see personally. Yes, what I can see like currently or on the chart. So that's it. I don't know what you can say about that. I just have to speak on it.
okay. So if you look at the trend, we're still to the upside pretty much. And now, if you're looking at a retest for a short-term drop, now I'm not sure. The reason why I say I'm not sure is because now are you looking at this as, you see, we don't trade, we don't take trades because we're looking at unique opportunities, right? We we repeat patterns. We repeat what we do every single time. Okay, but from your explanation, you're looking like this is like a unique opportunity. You're just trying to see whether the market will give you an opportunity to short, right? But is this something you do regularly? Is it?
Okay, yeah, because I actually do have a system that allow me to take reversal patterns. Yeah, that's why I'm now looking at taking the reversal key from that key level. So
All
that's
right.
it. Not
All right.
yeah, not as that I'm just looking for opportunity to get involved and then see what happens. No, no, not that I'm just trying to see every opportunity to get involved in the trade. Not at all. I actually have another system that I do take reversal from, and I actually went over it. I think late this night before the live session started, and I'm seeing that just exactly the point that not even at 155. I think my level on that particular system is at 157. Like just at that candle close, those two bullish and bearish that are just like equal on top there. That's actually like the point where I'm having my key level up, 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 like the two candles on top. Yeah, on top, on top, on top. Of course. That's actually where I'm having my level in that particular. I've seen that the price is now coming to like test and reject from there. So that's it. But now I think I'll be in a very big dilemma because right now what am I looking for sales at this other point is like it's a key level 1155. It's a key level on my order distance system. So if at all I took this from this particular level that you just put here, at least I should be about 2.5 way profit because I get to look at it and I was aiming at like 1:3. So I'm like 2.5 up. So but now I'm like looking at is it a retest to 1.55, then looking at another drop, so that's just it.
Okay. I think the point I want to get here is that you have a system that allows you to trade reversal. Okay, if you do, that's fine. That's what I'm trying to find out, right?
Okay, yeah,
If you
of
do,
course I don't have a system on trade.
that's the point I'm trying to get out. So yeah, let's see how your part plays out, okay? And let's see what offers you in the next couple of days. So we'll see how that plays out. But what I do know is we're rejecting the money time frame key level, right? That's pretty obvious. And yeah, we'll see how that aligns. Sorry, we'll see how that aligns with the sales we're trying to take at the moment. Okay.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll do well.
Yeah, please can you switch to card JPY? So is that a weekly time frame?
Daily.
No, weekly. Switch to weekly time frame. Is that a weekly time frame?
Yes, it is.
So okay, please can you set an horizontal ray on 103.94?
1, 2, 3. Okay, same please. Same please. Here, right?
Yeah, 103.94.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then another level on 95.46.
95.
0.46.
95.
95.46. On weekly time frame.
Okay, but like that's very low. 95.4.
No, it's not. I don't think it's that quite low.
I mean, that's 95.4. So that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
This is
on weekly
95.
time frame.
This is 95.4 down here.
Yeah, is that CAD JPY?
Yes, that's CAD JPY.
Yeah, actually, the chart doesn't look much the same as mine, so I don't know.
Why? This is the weekly time.
Maybe because you're using ice KC, why probably might be using one or something.
Yes,
Nah,
I'm using a wonder.
no, it should not even be that much different because come on now, we're looking at the weekly time.
Okay. Now that you've zoomed it, out, so it's looking all pretty much the same. So
Okay. I mean,
so actually, yeah, to I don't know, cause and this is a clear uptrend before this pullback to the down part. So it seems that the downtrend is it seems that the uptrend is wearing out. You understand? So actually the price action booked to a new level of what's it called, of support. So in this part, this key level that we just drew right here. So actually it was a confirmation, a technical confirmation to me that okay, you might probably start going through the downtrend or so. I don't know, because maybe I should probably share my screen also so it will be much clearer about what I'm talking about.
all right. Let's have you first. Sorry, let me take mine out. Okay, so please.
Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this is what I'm having. On my weekly descent. I don't know, because actually, the price just broke through a new, let me say maybe a new. Okay, if I switch to this is what's it called? If I switch to my daily time frame, so this is a clear retest. I don't know, it's a clear retest. Maybe according to my own system, I don't know, so I don't know, maybe it's because it just seems like the price action is making me to feel somehow, because this is a clear indication that the uptrend is wearing out. So I don't know what you have to say about it.
No, the question is, are you looking for reasons to sell? You see?
Yeah, I'm looking for reason to sell.
Exactly. Is the market in a downtrend?
Hello?
I'm asking, are we in a downtrend?
Yeah, no, we are in uptrend, and in my own according to my own chart, this is a clear indication that okay, the uptrend is wearing out. That we should be looking out for downtrend.
Hold up. Is it really a clear indication that the uptrend is running out, or is that what you want the market to do? What about this chart shows you that it's a clear indication that the market or the uptrend is running out? What about the chart is showing us that?
What about what?
I'm asking, what do you see on the chart that makes you feel like it's a clear indication that the uptrend is running out?
Yeah, no, because of the what's it called? There's been a pullback right from July. I think
What did you call it? What did you call it?
Hello, Ishel.
What did you call it? You said there's been what?
I've been seeing a pullback since July on the CAD JPY.
So you call it a pullback, right?
Yes.
Good. So is a pullback now the same thing as a complete reversal? Is it? Is a pullback the same thing as a reversal?
Yeah, actually, the pullback has not been it has not been maintaining its what's it called, its uptrend. Actually, okay, let me say let's say I'm having a trend line right here or so.
No, no. This is no. This
No.
is that. This no, no,
Okay.
no. Nope,
Okay.
nope,
So
nope, nope. No. Here's the thing, right? We have to be careful, right? So I think questions like this and scenarios like this help us to see the need to come back to technical analysis, right? So I've been thinking as to what to include in the bootcamp. I've been considering this seriously, and I do think that we'll speak about TA, right, in depth, because we just might need it. Now, again, I've said this before that we have to be careful about how we analyze the chart, because the way we analyze the chart determines how we take our trades, right? We might be forcing the market to do something that it's not ready to do. Now let me put you in a dilemma even much more. Now zoom into the chart. Zoom in just a little bit more. No, zoom out a bit. I'm trying to get something right. So zoom out, no,
like
out.
okay, I should zoom out.
Hold up. Yeah, hold up. Now I want you to drag the line you have on zooming a little bit. I want to see the canvas a little bit clearer. So
Okay.
zooming once.
Right here.
Cool. That's okay. That's too much.
Well, should I probably switch it to daily time frame? No, because that's
No, I
where
want that. I want that on the weekly. No, I want that on the weekly. On the weekly, please. Just zoom out a bit, just a little bit,
Okay.
a little bit. All
Like
right.
this.
That's fine. Yes, that's fine. Now, the level you have at 103.46, I want you to hold it, okay, and extend it to the left.
I don't like what I don't come again, please.
103.46. Sorry, 0.94. Hold it.
94.
Hold that black line. Hold that black line. Extend it to the
Okay.
left.
Oh, okay.
Extend it to the left. Then drag it down a little bit. Just a little
Like
bit.
this.
Keep going. All right. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. A little bit to the upside. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Now I want you to delete your chart. Delete your entry on CAD GPY. Okay. Now look at the chart again. Look at the chart a second time. Did the market really give you any sign of a downtrend here?
No, actually, it's actually a retest.
It's actually bouncing at support, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about your sell on CAD GPY now? Exactly. So the way we analyze our charts, it's so important, because the reason why you buy or sell is because of, now think about it, you took a lot on CAD JPY, on USD JPY, I think on NZD JPY, right? So
Yes.
reality, we've not really broken trends and key levels in the market, because going by this, the market seems to be respecting this level of support. Does it not seem that way?
Yeah, it seems so.
Exactly. So that's the point. That is what happens with the way we analyze our chart. Now, first things first, you were looking at for sales. I think you were trying to post sales. Now I saw that happen weeks after week after week. I saw you look out for sales on CAT-J, on UJ. Now I'm not saying the market cannot drop, right? It can, absolutely, right? But it's the way we are trying to look at the opportunities. That's what matters, right? That is what matters the most. So you look at for sales on NJ, on UJ, on CAT-J, right? You've been trying to make sure that sales work out.
Yeah,
But in reality,
I guess I wanted to, I guess I wanted to continue taking the advantage of the JPY strength that has been,
exactly,
that has been maintaining up right from February. I think right from January, let's say. So
exactly. So that's why you were trying to make your technical analysis to fit sales. And like I told you guys the last time, right, that if you're trying to look for anything, if you're trying to look for buyers, you see buy opportunities, right? If you want to look for sale opportunities, you find them. Technical analysis is like it's so relative and versatile that you can use it in any way you want. So if you're not careful about how you analyze the chart, you could be so dead wrong and you don't even know it. So if I want to make CAD JPY look like a sell opportunity, I can do that with the chart right now. And if you see for the first time, you might think that, oh yeah, the market might drop to the downside. If I also want to make it look like it's a buy opportunity, I can do that. So the way we analyze our charts tell everything about the way we trade. It is so important. Because now, if you ask me, you took 3 losses that you could have avoided. Now, when this was happening, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to make it look like I'm trying to tell you what to do, right? And that's why I've always brought up journals. I want your journals to tell you. I don't want to have to be the person to say it, because you make the progress when you see the adjustments yourself. So when you go through, right? So when you go
right.
You said?
No, actually, I said that's why. Like, you know, right from the evening, like that's since when I took the loss or so. You know, I've been pondering on, you know, like where it went wrong. You know, like, you know, maybe is it my system that was wrong or so. So that's why I just decided to bring it up again. Like, you know, I just want to clear everything out.
So that's why this is happening. So, but then, like I said before, I didn't want to say too much, right? Because I'm on the long side, you're on the short side. So we're not on the same page, as it were, right? So if when you ask me a question and I explain to you, it will look like I'm trying to make you see things from my perspective and see things the way I should see things. No, right? I want to make you to make the adjustments yourself, so that you see the adjustments by yourself, not because I said so. And that's why I didn't want to say too much about it. But that's why when George asked the question about USGPY, I made sure to explain the reason why I would not be going short on UJ. I mean, look at KJ. It's on a support level. Like, it's really on a support level. I don't know if you get it. So there was no reason for sales. There was absolutely no reason for sales. Nothing that points out to sales. It's just that because you're looking out for sales, because you wanted sales, you try to make your TA fit sales. And that's the problem.
No, bro.
So I hope the lesson is clear, right?
Yeah, sure.
Good. But please make sure that these trades are in your journal, right? Just make sure that you write them in your journal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, thank you.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay. I would want to know how my chat is working.
Sorry, come again.
I say I was going to display my on the card on the chat.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. It seems like your network might be disturbing.
Can you hear now?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
I say I want to show my bias on card JPY.
Oh, you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You can just share directly at the top left.
Yeah, of course. I thought that. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Actually, this bias on JPY. I think you asked if what Abdul can see if that it's showing a kind of down or uptrend. Yes, we can see that it's on very much long uptrend here, but like recent range, you can see that's from last year in July, so sometime in July thereabout. So, and that being the case, if I think the last time we had I was talking about where Abdul sold from and where I'm looking at selling from. So this is actually it. This is actually the level I was looking at personally. The red line there. That was actually where I was at my level initially. But I didn't take the sales from that point when it tested there. I had to wait because I think at this other point here, you can see I have my alert there. It's actually in line with the fib. This is more like on the
Sorry,
daily time
sorry, hold
frame.
up.
So the
Sorry, hold up. Okay, okay. Your screen was lagging a bit. I was just trying to make sure um I'm with you.
okay, is it okay now?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, no problem. So yes, we know that this drop at during sometime around last year was as a result of the Bank of Japan hiking the interest rate, and that was why the Japanese yen gained so much strength for this to happen. But that being the case, I've seen that it actually ranged from around that July up to like I think it should be sometime around January this year, and that was like the that ranging actually have a level here which it couldn't break above the level. So and I actually see that price dropped, it dropped to even below low whether I don't consider my resident as a much stronger level. So it look really like I was looking at a pullback at the kind of a request there for me to push up. That was when I now got to see this daily level, which was actually in line with the Fibonacci. This is 1.8 level. So and so far so good. Seeing price breaking above this level I'm having here. So I'm personally waiting for a weakest. Maybe if the alert get to signal, I'll be looking for conclusions to go short. I believe this is actually the point you're having your key level 105 points, maybe 106 thereabouts. Yes, and I'm you're actually waiting for a break above the key level, then a retest for you to continue with the all-time long run. So it's not actually just as you say that you wouldn't be making see the market the way you personally are seeing it. We can see it from our perspective, and from what personally I'm seeing, it fits me taking shots from that level that you are waiting for the price to break go. Like it's okay for you to take shots from it, like take from that July. It haven't like really shown so much bullish momentum, and it was like kind of ranging, and it was so like coming back here. Personally, I see it as it's coming to recap the confluence happening here. So I wouldn't want to like believe that okay it will break above and then do what you are actually expecting it to do. If that happens, fine. And that's I will actually get involved if say let's get to this level which are actually happening as well. Then maybe I don't get to see any confirmation or any kind of indication to short. Then I will actually disregard the trade idea. So that's just it. That's what I can say concerning the KJ. That's my bias on KJ personally.
Okay. Another interesting tip, right? Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens. All right. But then, like I said before, I like to see interesting things like this because it gives me a perspective, an idea on how you guys are seeing the chart. This is important to me as an educator. So this is important. This is cool. And let's see what happens. I like to see CAD JPY present an opportunity for you, and then we'll see what happens. Okay.
All right, no problem.
All right. So yeah, any other questions? Thank you for sharing your screen as well. So any other questions from anyone just before we wrap up? Any other questions? Okay, so now we've spoken about journaling before now, and I'd like to think that most of us are continuing to track and journal our trades. Like I said before, a day will come when we have to review, right? So it is very important that we track our trades because, like we said, it is non-negotiable. We need it to improve as traders. So yes, let's see how far we go to our journals, and I think that's about it. Now, for those of you who are quite new here, I sincerely, I do hope that you enjoyed our session today. I mean, I'd like to ask you guys. So, Charles, Saddam, how was the session for you today? You guys stayed until the end, so I'd like to know.
No, for me it was an eye opener. Most things that I didn't know, I got to know and learn. So yeah, I'm definitely sticking around for more sessions to come. And yeah, I'm really grateful to be a part of it.
Interesting, man. Interesting. I'm happy you enjoyed it. So much value, right? Saddam, how about you? How was the session for you?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it was eye-opening, and I just get to like see some other views in the market.
Interesting. So I'm glad. I'm happy you guys found value in the session. And just like we said, you will always find value in our live session. So please, if you can be regular, consistent, and of course, in the next couple of months, you refer back to this session and say, yes, I have made so much progress as a trader. And that's, of course, that's the goal. That's what we want for every single one of you guys who are part of this community. So once again, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you so much. Without you guys, these sessions would not hold weight. So I am grateful for you guys showing up here. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Okay? So you guys have a wonderful evening. And see you on Thursday.
Sorry for that. Hello,
You guys take care. Yeah, Damien.
Regarding the journaling, the platform that you used to put the sample journal, I realize it's not a strong, it's not a strong journal. Like, what's the name of the platform?
Sorry, I didn't quite get you. Can you come again?
The platform that you used in creating the sample journal on the day you were creating that topic. I realize it's not the strong journal platform, but I want you to remind me with the name of the platform.
Now, I don't know why. It's just me. But hold up. Let me change my speaker. Let's see. All right. So let's try again.
Okay. So I'm asking the name of the platform that you use in creating the sample journal at the time you were creating that topic.
Oh, it's Notion.
Notion. Okay.
Yeah. Notion. All right. So again, you're welcome. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for showing up, and I'll see you on Thursday. All right.
Okay, thank you for the session.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you're welcome.
Okay, and have a profitable week ahead.
Of course. You too.